I get racist jokes all the time because Irish Mexican people talk about potatoes and leprechauns and border jumping all the time.
Hey.
So, you know, nothing gets on me. But for the sake of,
Yeah.
you know, the channel, you know.
Yeah, I know.
All right,
nice.
so to
I'm
all of
Welsh.
my
We're big
viewers,
Welsh.
current and in the future for the VOD, we are doing another episode of Debate Destiny hosted by our usual friend Haiku Justice Gaming. And today's topic is going to be cheaters and I suppose more, because it sounds like we're going to have maybe a few sidebar topics. And starting us from the top, we have dial-988 on Twitch, as well as wubbletroubl, Haiku's editor and her
Hello.
own streamer. So with that, as always, we are getting started on our end, but Haiku will be starting in just a moment. So be ready.
Woo.
You're getting so much better at it.
It's always repetition.
It really is. I have
like
to usually
riding a
write my script down. Like literally, I have to write it down so that way I can just, you know, like keep in mind. But it is getting a lot easier.
You're just remembering who's going to be present.
That's true. That's true. What did you say, Dal? You said ad-libbing?
That's what I usually do.
Same.
Works great.
Well, yeah, live streaming. Yeah, I got no problem with that. If it's a video, I cannot make a script and then ad-lib because I'm going to be like, why did I make the script?
Oh.
Theater child over here, I have to make scripts. Like, even if I'm doing short sketches, I'm like, nah, I gotta script all this out.
I respect it.
I cannot do a script. I can do like an outline of what I want to talk about if I do a video, but mainly along the lines, because if I do a script, I'm gonna say something, and then my mind's instantly gonna just go into, oh yeah, we're just gonna go to this direction now, and just like get off track of what I had planned.
You know what's funny too? When I started making videos, when it was like reset updates and the way Destiny was changing for the week, like a weekly update sort of thing, I didn't script any of that because it didn't feel needed. But also, it was a case of the more flubs and like misspeaks I have, the better, because it feels more relatable, more natural. So I never like edited out any of that. I just kind of went with it. But then I started appreciating more and more the finely edited and cut and replay. Like occasionally I'll leave like something or a misspeak, but now it's like, all right, pauses, dead air. Let's get rid of that.
Do you usually do like the traditional like YouTube intros and stuff like, "What's up, guys? Scorpion here today with another weekly update on."
No.
And then, like, whatever.
Well, when I was covering
such a
it,
shock,
it was kind of that. But I've gotten into the habit. Let's see, what was the last one? Oh, I forget what I was talking about. I think it was the new. God, I can probably pull up the script for it. But at the end, I was like, I'm not going to do the usual YouTuber thing where I talk about how many people are subscribed versus who aren't, because it's always going to be imbalanced, and I don't even know how to find that anyways.
With me, when it comes to scripting, my biggest issue is that I'm a crazy person. So I'll just write nonsense, because I've got a little mini series called Destiny Abridged, where I take like pre-existing Destiny cutscenes and I redo them. I add like separate lines, and I don't need to write the stage directions of what each character does because you know it's pre-done. It's right there in front of me. But I still do, and because you know no one has to follow these directions, I just make them weird. Like, there's one that I did for like Forsaken, where I described Cade being killed as Aldrin shooting Cade in his fuckface. And like, whilst I was recording this, like, my actor for Cade just started laughing because he read the description. I was like, okay, and that's staying in. So like midway through, when it gets to that part, it just like cuts back to us reading the script.
So actually, I remember bringing this up last week, I think, and we didn't exactly flesh it out. So before stream, before everything happens, do you guys know that we didn't actually kill Aldrin?
Oh, yeah, it was Petra.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
But
I forgot about that.
But I mean, do you want to save it for the stream or?
That's fine. That's fine. Like it's already
I'm just
Oh
imagining.
shit, I'm not recording.
See,
I'm just imagining
here's the fun thing.
of that.
Here's the fun thing about that sort of thing.
biggest-
I am like an audio sniper in a weird way because this is the most random thing. If you look it up, if you find a video on YouTube of the corresponding scene, I think it's still there. It's not like a theatrical or just HBO Max version, but Mad Max Fury Road, the Tom Hardy one with Charlize Theron, that was like, what was that, 2014, somewhere around there?
Oh, don't tell me that was that long ago.
Oh, trust me, I get that all the time.
12 years ago.
It's been a while. It's certainly been a while. But the ending battle when they're doing the double back to the Citadel, there's literally a blink and you miss it moment. I think it's when one of the other the riders, they roll up. I remember it pretty vividly. They roll up, shoot a driver in the face, and a car gets peeled off, and it like bails on the chase. And then the biker, they peel off too, and they take a hard left and peel away. But randomly, in the audio with the engines roaring and all that, you hear the roar of the Spinosaurus from Jurassic Park 3.
Oh no.
For no reason.
Really?
Like, I get why, because it's like the idea of the roar of the engine. And all throughout the film, you hear like low grumbles and growls. But for some reason, they decided to use a Jurassic Park Spinosaurus roar in the middle of Mad Max Fury Road. Trust me, I've told people this. They go and find the clip and they're like, oh my God, you're right.
Well, did you notice that on like first viewing?
It wasn't first viewing,
back here.
but that was one of the films that whenever it was like on HBO Max or free YouTube movies, I just played on repeat for background noise constantly. And just one day I went, wait a minute, that sounds familiar. Because of all of Jurassic Park, the Spinosaurus is one of my favorite creatures. And for a time,
put your chat and put your stream in the chat. So I can
yes, sir.
Open
And
it up. But
for
go
a
ahead.
time, that roar was even my notification sound. So I was very intimate with the sound itself.
You know what you need to do for your ringtone is put the ringtone from that movie, because that ringtone has generationally scarred.
See, here's the thing. I get the meme. I kind of hate it in the modern day. Because so many like Gmod memes of people walking through random things and then they just hear that echoing tone and everyone going, oh my God, there must be a Spinosaur in here. It's like, good Lord, can we kill that cliche? Please, let it die.
No, generationally scarred.
Boo. Clicking the link.
It's funny.
I'll be right back.
It's funny hearing people talk about
everything that I do. This is your warning.
Oh, vocal stem.
Yeah.
But it's funny thinking about the various movies and generational traumas, like how Jaws, when that came out, made everyone afraid to go to the beach. As a kid, one of my favorite movies was the Tremors movies, which is literally underground man-eating worms that hunt by sound and vibration, which you think that would have scarred me to go outside, but I absolutely loved that movie. So it didn't work on me.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
But for some reason, Resident Evil, the movie, really hit bad. And I was like freaked out for like a week.
I'm just checking out your stream. Matt, like, this is so cool. This is my first time seeing it.
Oh, you never saw the beep boops?
No, bro, this is so fire, bro.
See, the problem is now too, we've never had more than 4, so we got the nice layout here with like my character going in the background. Snail said he was probably about to join, so now I'm gonna have to rearrange shit.
You should put him at the top.
Well, I've put people on walls. I put people sideways on walls before.
Put him behind a cage because he's late.
I wish I had
Or
a
you could like
PNG cave.
fandangle it and like put him like on the bridge.
I'm not that good at editing my stage yet. It's basic. It's like an edit and forget. I just leave it that way.
Oh, I love it.
Okay. I am actually about ready to go. We're not what?
Yes.
He said he about to join the stream. He might not be joining in the actual
Well, yeah.
channel. He might just be watching.
If
just watching.
we hear a join, I'll go, God damn it! But
okay, let me start recording. I usually do. What time is this? 10:46. I'm gonna start it at
Like that's what time it is for you?
Did I say 10? I did say 10.
You did say 10.
3:46.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so
'cause
weird.
It's
Oh, because I'm about to say
10:46
10
dinner.
minutes. I was about to say 10 minutes. That's why. So I mixed 10 and 3 minutes. Yeah, that's what it was. I mixed that
Yeah.
together. No, it's 3:46 for me. It's 10 for you right now. What?
Yeah, 7-hour difference.
Yes. Yes.
That
You're so
damn
far away
Atlantic
from me.
Ocean.
The Atlantic Ocean. Make sure we got everything. I'm going to feature you guys as your drip.
Yay!
Look at this. Christmas tree fit. What dial?
I was about to say I can pull that on stream so everyone can see that.
Yeah, definitely. That's hilarious. I usually do a countdown, but let's just get it started.
We're all here.
Yeah, we're all here. It's tough because I always got to remember everything that needs to be done for the stream because there's a lot of showing. But let me go ahead and put this in here.
This chat. This is what he meant by Christmas tree Titan.
Dial, are you still here, bro? Where'd you go? We're talking shit about you.
Be very afraid.
Oh no, he's died.
I heard him playing the game earlier. Like, I could hear his controller going and clicking and stuff like that, or his keyboard. What's this episode 7 control?
Yeah.
Okay, go live. We get a mic check.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay, coming in loud and clear.
Yeah, I'm loud.
Never seen Wub have so much energy before.
Oh, I am like recording and streaming does something to me.
That stupid
Like
ring
I
love it.
stuck in my
I
head.
become a goblin. I did an improv stream with some friends not too long ago, and I ruined their lives with my prompts.
Love it. Love it. Actually, I was very excited to get you in here and everything. Very excited. Okay. All right. Make sure you got me muted if you're watching it from the Discord, because that is a very confusing audio. I can tell you that right now.
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah, I just pulled up your
we
stream,
go.
H, so I'm watching that.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. So what's up to everybody that's joining? I appreciate you joining. This is an exciting first. This is an exciting episode. We have some cool guests and everything. And let me go ahead and do the intro because there's no point in delay. I know people are itching to talk about this discussion.
well, first, I got that picture of Mara Sov. Oh my god!
Save it. Wait a
second.
second. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Restrain yourself,
Let's go
Gloves.
through it. What is good,
She is my
everybody? Welcome
weakness.
back to Debate Destiny, the live show where the community actually gets the mic. Today's episode is one of the Destiny's community's most talked about topics, or for some people, dodging, and we're also arguing for a really long time. Cheaters, let's talk. Because whether you are a PvP main, a trials grinder, a casual Crucible player, or someone who stopped playing PvP entirely, well, the issue affects everyone. Cheating isn't about losing games. It's about trust. Trust in matchmaking, trust in competitive modes, trust that time invested actually means something. And the community is split. Some people think cheating is exaggerated. Some think it's completely out of control. And some think Bungie is trying we're always one step behind. And others think that the system is fundamentally broken. And I think we can all agree on that. So today we're not here for a witch hunt. We are not here to name drop, and we're definitely not here to rage bait. Not much, at least. We're here to talk about honesty, about what's happening, why it keeps happening, and what would actually make things better. We've got a solid panel today. Let me go ahead and introduce our first one, Dial, who's bringing in a grounded player perspective. How are you doing, bro? How are you doing today?
And also a cat,
I'm
it
good, man.
seems.
Yeah, I can hear the
Is that what I'm hearing? Is that you, Dom?
That's my cat. Yeah, she's not happy.
What's your cat's name?
Her name is Peso.
Peso. Okay, welcome, Peso. Everybody. Apparently, she's also joining the chat as well. But yeah, how you doing today, bro? How's it going?
Pretty good date pretty much started for me, even though it's almost 3.
Sounds like you just woke up.
Yes.
I love to hear it. Love to hear it. Next up, I'm more than happy to introduce. This is a new one because we've actually had regulars on here so far. I'm very grateful for that. But I would like you all to welcome my editor and also never mind. I'm not even gonna say that. wubbletroubl, my editor, who seems to game from both the player side and also the content side. How are you doing today? Welcome.
I'm doing pretty good. I need to know what you were gonna say. Your editor and also your what?
No. Yeah, well, we were gonna put that to the side and everything. Are you ready? I know you don't play PvP much no more, huh?
Not as much. I played a bit more now with Renegades, but it's like mostly the invasion mechanic. Like that's currently my favorite thing because I'm a weird player. I like Gambit.
Hey, nothing wrong with Gambit. There's no Gambit hate here.
Awkward quiet.
Okay, there's no
after
Gambit
saying,
here.
I like Gambit.
Yeah, so many people hate on it, and I don't get why. It's so much fun. But no,
Well, you should. I wish you were here last week for our episode because you would have been a great advocate for it. Go ahead, finish what you were about to say.
Yeah, no, I play like for like Crucible and stuff. I have to be in the mood where I'm like, I just kind of feel like killing people today.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had the patience for Trials of Osiris.
Mm-hmm. Are you a PC or console?
Console.
Console. Dow, where are you? Are you PC or console?
I'm console.
Console. Okay, for sure. All right, let's keep it going. I'm next up. I love introducing this person because he is next up on the Destiny hate train, and I am absolutely loving every bit of content that comes out of him. You remember him from the last few episodes, the Mad Scorpion, Destiny YouTuber who has been vocal about the state of the game and isn't afraid to call things out. How is it going, brother?
Choo. I'm on the train. But absolutely another wondrous day and another great appearance from all involved.
Absolutely. Shout out to your chat. Shout out to everybody on YouTube. Apparently we are, not only streaming on TikTok, but we are also live on YouTube. And, you should definitely make sure you follow these guys. Tyranny of Heaven has just joined in the chat. Shout out to you, brother. What is good, man? So glad to have you as usual, bro. I love to see it. So let me go ahead. Let's get this going because we are talking about cheating in PvP, exploit culture, PvP's, Bungie's enforcement, community behavior, and what realistic solutions actually look like. Because if we want Destiny to be competitive, if we want PvP to matter, and if we want people to actually trust the game, again, we need to have a talk about it. Welcome to Debate Destiny, everybody. Chatters. Shout out to all of y'all and everything. So we're actually going to open up the debate because I actually didn't come up with this subject. I actually came up, I ended up deciding to do this. We weren't able to do Thursday's episode, which was Elitist, which I'm very much looking forward to. Make sure you keep an eye out for the trailer. I'll probably do a trailer for that one because we definitely need to talk about that for sure. Shout out to Uncle Jolly. He's been having a tough week. I got to show some love to him. He was unfortunately had a timeout on PvP because he had some problems with his internet, which doesn't make sense. We should probably talk about that as well because that's completely absurd considering the fact that cheaters are still rummaging through the whole game. It's not just PvP, by the way. It's also like raids and stuff like that. And some people haven't even been banned from Desert Perpetual, unfortunately, which is absolutely crazy, asinine and everything. Thank you bro. I appreciate that, bro. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. But shout out to Uncle Jolly. He hopefully he could probably step in today. I don't know. He's not in the best mood, and I don't blame him at all, bro. I feel bad, like, you know, getting banned for 2 weeks, and also like it doesn't even make any sense. That's absurd. That's absolutely unacceptable. But we're gonna give the floor to Matt Scorpion, who's gonna open up our topic today. I'm very interested. You have a story for us today, bro?
It is a bit of a story, and like I said earlier in my stream, and just for the sake of everyone watching your stream now, this isn't any attempt at throwing hate because it does involve another creator. We were not at all involved. It's more so a case of encountered paths. But the way it started, there was a bit of drama happening on Twitter. Obviously, it's Twitter. But it was a video from a gentleman named Mr. Gaming Counselor. From the sound of it, he was a regular 9-to-5er, just like all of us, had his own job. He loved streaming in the background. He seemed like a very common sense guy. And he had been doing a back and forth between himself and Mr. Rothwaffles, who a lot of us know is an old name. He was all over Call of Duty. He recently came over to Destiny and had a very positive outlook on it at all. And it started with a conversation about how Counselor, I'll just refer to him as that, said that Rothwaffles was being a little bit overly positive, a little toxic positivity, if you will, about the general state of Destiny. And that fell out because apparently Rothwaffle saw his tweet, saw the phrase toxic positivity, and immediately ignored him, blocked him, retweeted, and said, "This is an L take, go outside, touch grass." Which I was on Counselor's side, full on, because again, Destiny, this was even before Edge of Fate, I think it was. Or no, actually it was after. After Edge of Fate, and it was just not looking good. But either way, I made a video covering his video and my own thoughts to it. And within 24 hours of that video going out, I actually started getting comments on my own video that Counselor had just been exposed cheating in the Desert Perpetual contest mode race. And literally, this was within 24 hours, I suddenly get comments on my thing. And of course, because of that, I had to make a video and just pure perspective said, hey, by the way, I don't know him. We are not professionally involved. I just covered his video because I agreed with his statements, but otherwise my hands are entirely clean in that. I had no idea he was cheating or allegedly cheating. I probably wouldn't have covered his videos had I known about that. Either way, it's definitely a rough perspective because I forget the gentleman who initially exposed that big scandal of like 80% of the top 100 Desert Perpetual clears involving cheaters one way or another. I forget the fellow who covered it. But sure enough, I actually started looking through some of the titles that were 100% a cheater. And sure enough, I found the clear that had Mr. Gaming Counselor on it with his alternate tag. And that doesn't look good. And then he made a response video that was then deleted, which, again, that also really doesn't look good. But in the end of the day, like, I don't think he was banned. I don't know if he had any direct repercussions, even a temporary timeout or anything else like that. Again, I have no idea if Bungie took efforts on it. Maybe they removed his contest clear if he had one. I don't know. His stance was weird because from the sound of it, he joined a team and that team had weird people darting in and out of the game. Oh, that was my phone going off. Let me just throw that over there. And
bring, bring.
It sounds really weird in the end of the day, because like I said, I followed his story. It looked weird. He made a response. He deleted it. I found his clear in a top 100 in a list of obvious cheaters, and it certainly doesn't look good. But it goes to an extent of, again, like you've mentioned, H, the cheater problem is rampant, and I have no idea if Bungie thinks they have a handle on it or if they know the cat is 100% out of the bag, and it's just not good. Because there was another instance I saw down the line, again, Twitter, how reliable of a source can it be? And it was back when those like rainbow animated pride shaders came out. literally Destiny 2 Twitter was one half, oh my god, my Guardian looks so great with these pride shaders. I'm so happy Bungie came out with it. And Jesus Christ, these cheaters are all over Crucible, and Bungie's doing nothing about it. So, you know, it literally, every time I look, it's always coming back to cheaters are not being handled. And hey, Uncle Jolly in the chat, what's up, brother?
Shout out Jolly, brother. What's good, bro?
It's such a weird thing thinking. With, like I said about Arc Raiders, they had, it was a story about a guy, he ran a raid, he got killed, lost all of his stuff. And then like 3 rounds later, he gets a notification. He didn't even report the guy, but the cheater got found, it got banned, and he got all of his stuff back, which is a perfect example of how to manage cheating in a game. It's like, hey, if you got a bad roll, if you actually lost something valuable because of that, well, here, have all of that back. He's been banned. And I heard that Arc Raiders is actually, an Embark is a lot more lenient. I heard they have a 3-strike policy too when it came to cheaters. Like if you get caught 3 times, then it, or I don't know if it's like cheaters, network tampering, or if that's all under the same thing. Like I said, I heard they have a 3-strike policy, but it's just so weird. And it could go back to the foundation of the engine and all that, spaghetti code. And it's just so weird that Bungie has had lawsuits going after cheat makers. They've had so much progress in the idea of combating cheaters, but they seem to never be winning in actually fighting cheaters. And I feel like they just need to desperately reinforce that. And keep in mind, this is coming from a person that doesn't deal with PvP cheaters. And I know that is probably the main source of issues, if not the secondary source, because we all know that the cheating services of carry services, that was still going on strong until maybe recently when they like made that a bannable offense, getting a carry support or a carry service. It was going on in many years that there is carry services that maybe once upon a time was pro crack teams, but recently it's all just been, oh yeah, we can kill the boss in like 3 rocket launcher rounds and just get you free loot. So it is certainly a wasteland out there.
Let me go ahead and say this. Shout out to Jolly for joining up, bro. I appreciate it. And absolutely gotta show some love to Tyranny for giving me some roses, bro. Thank you so much for actually supporting the stream every bit. It always helps, bro. I really appreciate you. But yeah, also Jolly, you're just join up anytime you want to, bro. If you feel like you want to, bro. But dude, like that's crazy. I feel like this conversation. I feel like what's his name again? Waffles or something like that.
Roth Waffles was the guy who was talking, or who rejected his opinion just because he used the term toxic positivity.
Right. Yeah, I feel like
a person.
I feel like he ended. I feel like I seen something about that, and the thing about it is like if you join. Let me ask this question. We're going to ask the panel this question first before I give my take on it, because this is something I'm very curious about. Should players be banned along with teams that were cheating that they were unaware of? Like maybe like they found through it. And I know this is going to be a hard one, but I just want to know ethically and everything. Should a person be banned for, you know, being a part of a team that had a cheater on it or a team full of cheaters and everything? What's your thoughts on it? Let's go ahead and move it to Wub. Since he's our featured guest today, what's your thoughts on that? How you feel?
I mean, I'm gonna go with no, because I mean, if you didn't know, also in fairness, everyone is gonna say if they didn't know, but if you genuinely didn't know that the person on your team was cheating, I don't think you should, share in their punishment.
Right.
I mean,
and
maybe
it's
ban
like
the team, but not the individual that didn't know. Everyone else is fair game.
If the person was a very incognito person, like the cheater just had like unlimited heavy or something like that, like you're not gonna know that. Like he's just doing perfect DPS every single time, right? So like unless it's obvious, and this is my next question for you, unless it's obvious that there's a cheater on there, should they even have punishment? So such as like they don't get their day one clear on it or anything like that?
I still don't think you should get. I don't know, because they didn't necessarily do anything wrong, like the person who didn't know. But I mean, it would depend on like how seasoned of a player you are. Like, if it were me, I know for a fact I wouldn't notice. I'd just be like, wow, they're so much better than me at this game. But I'm sure like someone who does day one raids would be able to look at that and go, yeah, no, that's bullshit. But that's a hard thing to prove.
What's up, guys? By the way, my bad.
That's pretty tough.
Hello.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just about to get to you, bro. Jolly, what's good, bro? Welcome to you.
What's
Welcome,
up?
bro. It's got to have you, man.
Appreciate it. I saw you guys doing it. I was like, oh shit, dude, I forgot what today was Sunday, so that's totally my bad, dude. It's this whole new reality without Destiny, bro. My days aren't the same, time doesn't go the same, nothing's the same.
And in the beginning, when we did the intro, actually, I gave you some love, bro. I was like, I kind of told the situation, so we understood. We understood.
Sorry, I didn't get there for the root, but I appreciate you, and I actually really appreciate everyone who's like, because it's so clear as day, but not to divert. If you want to ask me, because I actually have experience with it, and about the question you just asked, sorry I didn't get your name, but if you were a part of a team where they got to clear rewards off of day one, I'm assuming is the example, and should a player get banned if they truly didn't know? Is that's the premise, right? That's your premise. Yeah. Well, during the time, not to counter already come in here, what's it called? Trying to debate another person, but most people who try day one raids are going to be your season players. It's not going to be this person who's never done raids. It's not going to be this person. Like, I'm not saying it's impossible. Majority of people who do set up for day one raids, they know what that entails. They've seen videos. They know it's not like a quick process. So I would assume most of the people who do day one cheats, there's very like, there's two types. There's that net limiting that people will do. There's even a rotation. I could break it down for you. It's where there's a Lord of Wolves, Lawrence driver is what you saw a lot in Desert Perpetual, and what was happening. They could net limit themselves so much that it would practically make a clone of their Guardian, which would equal into double damage. And what they would do is swap Lawrence, Lord. So your Lord of Wolves was doing Lawrence damage, and the net would be so messed up that would technically be two clone of them. So I'm not saying it's impossible, but majority of people who cheat in day one, it is obvious. It's not something. The cheats that they typically do is because you got to think they only have 48 hours to get this done. So they're not sitting in these day one raids for 9, 10, 5. Like, it's most of them. If you look back, most of the clears are an hour long. Or what will happen is a team gets frustrated, they go on, because if you went through Destiny LFG, there was people openly just, hey, I cheat, if you want it, $300. And so what they're trying to do is make us bunch bank. They don't care about if their account gets banned or who gets banned. All they care are about the margins they're going to get, and they only have this window to do it in. So the argument is, first, because I've just experienced this, now I'm not banned but restricted, and in my case it's complete bullshit. What I think needs to happen is Bungie, it needs to be a physical human running through, and you would have to prove that they did not have that knowledge. Because here's my thing, maybe you didn't have the knowledge on the first encounter, but after that first encounter, because what they're most likely going to do is completely melt that boss, right? Because they can't cheat their way through the mechanics, right? Like, you still would have to have the knowledge of the mechanics. So maybe you couldn't at that point, okay, like the mechanics, like we're all doing them. But once you see that damage, yeah, that at that point, maybe even an average player should be sitting there on a day one contest with all these modifiers. I would be asking myself, how did we just do this much damage in one phase, right? And then at that point, that's where your gut feeling should tell you something is not right here, because there's no reason we should have put so much damage, especially when other people are having like 4 loadout swaps just to do a quarter of the damage we just did.
So let me ask you this then, because I think you have a very valid point just with that right there. If the person stays with the team that's cheating,
yes, I don't even need to wait. Yes, 100%. Because now, whether you're cheating, you're benefiting off of their cheats, and you were fully aware. Maybe if you stay past the first win, the first encounter, right? Because you gotta think desert. Like let's just use desert. Desert had 3 encounters, right? No, 4. It had 4 encounters. Okay, the first one should have been some red flags, but let's say you get to second Hydra, right? Or wherever you end up going, and you did it again. No, some red flags should definitely be going on. I have a very odd opinion with this because I've had, unless Bungie is going to employ me to report cheaters, I don't feel it's my job to report players. But I become a problem when I benefit off of the cheaters, even if I'm not using it. So that's my stance on that. If you knew for sure and you stayed anyways, yeah, you get the ban too.
Okay, you know what? I like that a lot.
You and him.
Because I got some things that we can actually start getting real deep into it. But let's go ahead and move on to the next person on the panel real fast. Dial, let's go with you, brother. Should a person be banned on basically knowing that the person is cheated, right? Not knowing the person is cheated. Should they be banned or should they get revoked access? I think that's a better question. And I feel like you two, Wub, you kind of answered the question. You two, or Jolly, you guys kind of answered the question that maybe modify this question, right? So don't worry. You kind of gave me the idea for this. But should the person be punished or banned if they find out, that they were cheaters all the way through, right? Because something was it's like, hey, or should they just be punished? Personally, I'm feeling like punishment should just be taken away the day one clear, but at the same time, I want to know what you think, Dial. What's your thoughts on the situation?
Oh, we do specifically just PvE, or we'd also do PvP content with this question?
We're gonna do PvP a little bit later. Let's stick with just the day PvE, one raids for now.
Day one raid
PvE.
cheaters? All right. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this: if you queued with a cheater, you've had because other games where if you queue with a cheater, if you play with a cheater, that's one thing. Like it's random matchmaking and you play with them, that's one thing. But if you queue with them, you are suddenly just you quote unquote intentionally knowing, even if you don't know, you queued with them to do it. So that is, in my opinion, grounds for being either one, rewards revoked with a either temporary ban while the other person gets a permanent ban, or if you do a whole activity like a day one raid, the entirety of it, and get all your rewards and stuff, you deserve a ban. Because all the people that are going through this struggle and stuff, including professionals and stuff as well, where they have to learn, they're doing it legitly, everything like that, and you're just supplementing off a cheater. And in PvE, there's no subtle cheating. You have to know everything, because I have 4 day one clears under my belt. If there's one person doing more stuff than everybody else, and it's not just mechanic but damage wise, and nobody's switching, or everybody switches to their loadout and everything to its entirety and not doing that same amount of damage, that guy is clearly cheating one way or another, whether it's either an exploit or he's using unlimited ammo or god mode, or he's doing just one-shot ammos, stuff like that. PvE cheaters are not subtle. They are very blatant. So if you're playing with somebody that's cheating and you can't unknowingly not know that they're cheating, because it's super obvious with PvE cheats. So if you queue with them, you deserve a ban or everything. You deserve repercussions, in my opinion.
I feel like repercussions is good enough. I'm going to ahead and get my take on it real fast. Because you did I liked what you had said. Your points were very valid. I think repercussions at bare minimum, simply because here's the thing. You got through it too easily, right? So now you got the clear because of them, even if you didn't know. I do believe that there are people out there who with incognito cheaters. I really do. And I'm gonna read some of the chats in a second. Give me a second. But I do believe that some type of repercussions should happen, not because you did anything malice. I mean, even if you knew that cheaters was in there and you just decided to stay with them and everything, I don't think you should be banned because you're not the one cheating. I just think because once cheaters are addressed, you can't choose to be with cheaters or not, right? And that kind of reminds me of the idea of that people who take advantage of exploits in the game don't get banned because it's a Bungie's fault. It's a Bungie's problem. So if you are with cheaters, it's Bungie's fault for not peeping them. So if you stay with them, and you can know like by the last minute, you see somebody do two double golden gun or something strange, and you just like, well, I'm not about to leave now, you know. Temporary ban for like 2 weeks, you know, give or take, and you don't get the day one clear. Maybe you keep the weapons, but that's really a Bungie's fault. Like in that situation, that's really Bungie's problem, that they haven't figured out that there are people out there going incognito for majority of content, because I saw a lot of that. I did see a lot of people say like, hey bro, like why am I punished? Let me read some of these comments real fast and then we'll move on to it. And we'll go back to Scorp with some more talking points and everything, because this is actually turning out to be much more in depth than I realized. It's making me have questions a lot more. Appreciate the love, no problem. Love supporting other creators. I always support the new creators, especially as we lose creators, bro. We are losing a lot of creators in the community. This is our time. Tyranny also said that's like the old fourth horseman net limiting cheat. Is net limiting possible, like to do on purpose, or is that just like, you know, oh, I found this exploit? Because a lot of people were doing that
not
with
something just to happen.
Nah, it's just okay. Okay, cool. Shout out to Forever. Thank you for joining, bro. Sometimes you can match with cheaters in PvP, and like say it's comp, and if I leave, I get punished. Oof, that is a valid take, actually. Leaving comp, but you were with cheaters in it the whole time, shooting through walls. We're gonna get through PvP, and everybody that joined up, we're going to talk about PvP. Right now, we're at the current moment, we are talking about day one clears and everything. So if you have any opinions on day one clears and cheaters, basically the question is should you be punished or banned for playing with cheaters on day one clears, whether you know or you don't know. And we're not talking about paid services. I do not advocate for paid services. You know, Patreons, joining the community, whatever, that's fine. But paying and like actual transaction, you should be banned. Both the person that the transaction, the consumer, and the producer should absolutely be banned. But we're not talking about that right now. Let me read some more of these chats. Yeah, take your time, Beast. You know, you take your time, Snail. Exploits will be touchy with all of the bugs. With all the bugs like crafting and slashing, hell, even right now. Yeah, I don't think anybody should be banned for anything that's out of their hand. If you do an LFG and you get with somebody that's cheating, why would you even need an LFG team? Maybe because you don't know the mechanics, but whatever. That's really Bungie's fault. That's my take on it. Let me keep going.
Shout out to Google as well in my chat. My buddy, who I've been talking about getting him on here, he is actually listening to us on his way back, so he's hanging out if he's still there. He did chat a little while ago, but shout out my buddy Google. He is also another creator. Doesn't do Destiny so much anymore.
I cannot wait to get you in here, Google. I'm telling you right now, bro. I'm so excited. We got to talk about that actually. Just shout you out, bro.
I don't think Destiny players care that much about cheaters as they say they do. I think because we had a crafting event, which really like identical to cheating, like back when like what was it, like a GL could do shotgun or something.
Yep,
like
you could make a GL shoot 8 grenades at once.
Now, and what that
was just fun.
But and the argument everyone goes to, well, that's not cheating, that's an exploit. Okay, then my next question is, what is different about what you're doing with your GL than what a cheater does with Infinite Wither Horde? And this is what I was like, we can't take the moral high ground here, because Destiny players don't care as much about cheating as they think they do. They just care that they can't do the same thing, so now it's unfair. I think if you gave Destiny players the opportunity to cheat without punishment, they would cheat.
Actually, you know what? That is what we do. That is exactly what we do. When exploits find our first episode, our literally first Destiny debate Destiny episode, Dial jumped in here and he was showing crazy damage numbers, all because all you had to do was jump with his controversial build. Now, tell me, Dial, did they fix that? Did they fix that?
No.
Okay,
not.
so technically, that's not necessarily intended jumping and then getting extra damage, or even shoot or throwing it at their feet. Is it cheating if we exploiting? I disagree, and I'm not gonna. But I'm gonna leave it to the next panel and everything because I want to keep going. But is it cheating if we use exploits? I don't think so because everybody has the opportunity. Anything that everybody has availability. If you tell me that I'm able to go 100 times larger in content and my health also scales with it and everything, believe me when I say everybody better be in Crucible in a Titan match. Okay, that's what it should be. Titan weekend. Everybody should go in there. You should enjoy that time because for one thing, it's available to everybody. But you are absolutely right. I think that the only time cheating is bad is because, bro, that's out of my hands, bro. I can't change that. Let's move to Scorpion. Actually, what are your thoughts now that we have a baseline? Let's go ahead and get into it because you brought the subject. What are your thoughts on even the matter in general?
So absolutely, I do agree there needs to be some repercussions. It's just a matter of the magnitude. Because it's like we were talking about specifically in day ones. In reality, there isn't much aside from the emblem, the guaranteed exotic drop. And it's definitely a weird scenario because actually I think my buddy Google was with me when Crota's End. We gave our best shot at Crota's End and we didn't make it. We were even playing all the way to the last 47 hours, 50 minutes. We were still in that bitch. We didn't make it, but the moment that we ended, the 48 hours was over, we reloaded, kept the checkpoint, and went back in, but we all got Necrochasm. We didn't get the day one thing, but we all got Necrochasm like it was in the first 48 hours. Do you call that cheating? Because it's a happy bug in that instance. And also in the idea of like day ones, the big incentive is that group drop to secure the exotic and the emblem to say, hey, I did it. So absolutely, when it comes to day one, if you are with a cheater, non-stop or no stop, if you ended up getting that day one clear with a cheater, it's gone, rescinded. I wouldn't say bother like restricting the exotic because in the end of the day, it's pretty much guaranteed. It's just a matter of how long. But emblem definitely gone, definitely gonna have to redo it. But in the end of the day, those bans, usually they happen after the 48 hours anyway, so there's no chance of actually redoing it legit anyways. So it's a rough slope. In the end of the day, it is just an emblem. So what do you miss out if you actually get it revoked? But it's also that fine line between what can be told as exploits and what can be told as PvE. Because like Dial was saying, there is some cases in PvE that looks absolutely the guy is cheating. The top damage, always having ammo, weird used weapons and that sort of thing, like a blue rocket launcher somehow outdoing the Apex Predator with Galley and all that. It's a weird fine line because what is a pro strat and what is cheating in the end of the day looks very similar. Because grapple punching that first boss in Warlord's Ruin, that looks crazy if you just look at the health bar, getting like Synthesef Titan, Banner of War, grapple punching, and all of that. It is like an eighth or a tenth of a health gone with every punch, and you can punch back to back to back. It looks insane if you just look at the health bar, but that is just a based build with a really good strat in the end of the day. Sure, it resulted in nerfs, but it's that fine line of what Bungie can actually tell is cheating and what is broken that it comes down to. Which, unfortunately, that is the end of the day. What it comes down to is Bungie, because we can mass report some people all we want if it's obvious, but in the end of the day, the button still has to be hit by somebody on the Bungie side, and especially if that person appeals the ban, then somebody actually has to look at it, aside from just letting the thing go and say, oh, that person's cheating ban.
That's not true, by the way. I'm sorry to tell you, that's not true. It's an automated system.
Even after appeals?
Yeah. I'll give you my own experience, okay, to chime in here. So I literally, it was happening live. I got restricted for 2 weeks from PvP due to bad internet connection. Okay? Clearly, I send them my internet. I send them 3 separate tests because they have a spot where you can give a description, why you think this happened, and include photos. Now, if you were someone, right, if you were on the receiving end of that and you need to look at this case, okay, we banned this guy for 2 weeks, or we restricted this guy for 2 weeks due to his internet. And this person sends you 3 concurrent different internet tests, right? And they all show the numbers, which, I mean, if you look at test speeds, you should be able to dictate, okay, well, clearly he has good internet. So either he was falsely banned or we made a mistake, right? As a human, you should be able to dictate that and then look at that and be like, okay, we're going to unappeal it. Like, we're going to, like, give it back. We're going to let you play again, but we're going to look closely and see what's happening, right? That's common sense, correct?
It's very much common sense.
Yeah, I still got denied with all that. So that, and from multiple people, 2 month to 2 week. I don't know about perma. Now, I don't know about perma, but it's ran through an automated system. It's not human cases that look at it. Because if a human case looked at it, then my appeal would have been lifted based off the facts I already showed.
That's true. And you know what? Actually, and let's go ahead. That moves into the next question. Actually, when it comes to reporting and how things actually get handled, right? We all know that the main reason why reports are struggling is because Bungie doesn't have the manpower anymore because of all the bullshit. That's not the topic for today, right? So make sure in the chat we're addressing only the cheater factor and everything. But this fact right here, when we mass report, we are also doing the job of letting Bungie know that something's going on. But Bungie has not necessarily upgraded their system to do a proper job of bans at this point. Because Jolly, as he's already stated, is a great example. Before I continue, let me read some of these comments real fast, because we got a lot of people coming in. Shout out to everybody. Dog, that Mara art is not necessary. Get Savathun on there.
Oh, that made me chuckle so much. And yes, it is. She's beautiful.
Yes, she is. That's right. That's right. But shout out to Savathun. I'm gonna do a special one. I might even do it by the end of this one and everything. But I got you. It's Savathun. Tyranny said, "Nah, Feel Safe is the best girl." That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
You know, very quickly, it was such a thing when I went back and looked at some old footage from the first season after Echoes, when Failsafe got uploaded into the hub, and she recounted everything that had happened, like, since her last involvement. I was like, yeah, Jesus Christ, they've let Failsafe out of so much, and she's unironically the best NPC.
Yeah.
She actually is. I'm proud of her.
And I'm leaving her again.
Hey, as a matter of fact, hold on, y'all. Hold on. See, this is what I'm talking about. I love it. I don't think abusing a bug is cheating because that's on Bungie. I absolutely agree. Beast, absolutely agree. I think paying for cheats to be outlandishly godlike is cheating. Absolutely. Cheese doesn't equal cheats. Absolutely. Like Bow Glitch right now isn't cheating because it's on Bungie. Yep, actually. Shout out to Uncle Jolly, bro. Yes, absolutely. He's the GOAT and he makes good vids. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. I'm always getting stuck in your videos, bro. Destiny. Oh, we got a new person. Ross Ellis. Destiny has not been seriously considered since Witch Queen. Which is a sad reality, unfortunately, but that is around the time when Pete Parkinson disease actually was doing all the
and that was
bullshit.
Also about the time that Marathon was officially announced to be working on too.
Oh man, you're right. Actually, I think that is around the time we first started getting a look into it.
When Bungie said, "Hey, guess what? We're working on something else," and everyone just went, "Oh dear."
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, back to the main point. Shout out to everybody that's been commenting and everything.
Some things that Scorpion said, or are we're going to the next subject?
No, we can. If you want something, I'm gonna.
Yeah, I did. I'm not trying to sound all debatey, and I'm not trying to hog the space or anything like that, guys.
No, go ahead. We're gonna run through dial.
It's a strong moral standpoint that I stand on here. That's why so morality is objective, right? Like what you consider morality, what other people consider morality. But the two things I'm going to touch on is like what Scorpion said. Like, so we kept the checkpoint, which I know Bungie has. It's been after day one. If you kept the checkpoint, I think it was even in dungeons, even after the initial contest mode. If you kept the checkpoint, it stayed in contest mode and gave you the exotic. And I think he's on the standpoint that
no, actually, well, no, I wasn't on. It wasn't on people like should keep it. It was more so what good would removing that exotic be? Because in the end of the day, like, I got some exotics in singles, I got some exotics in 20s, I got some exotics in the 60s. Some just happen like that. So what's to say this one doesn't drop so simply? So it's kind of like the why bother? But I do agree that it should be a rescinded factor. Because in my instance, I know I've heard about that a long time in the past too, about the people that kept the contest instance past the 48 and expected to still be getting all of the rewards. And that did not go through. In my case, that is not what happened. We went out, reloaded. It was the normal circumstance.
Well, what I would say, it should, my opinion, to make it cutthroat, any rewards you got, any exotics, gone. Raid emblems, you guys may not be familiar how important emblems are to this community. Some people treat emblems like the new release of Nike SB Dunks. Like, if you've seen the emblem market, which is, by the way, very against Bungie policy, but emblems go for like $3,000. Accounts will sell with day one emblems for like $5,000. So when people get these day one emblems, it's an investment, or it's like, I have a bunch now. I don't have any that were against Bungie terms of how I got them. They were all done legit. But because I've seen in the market and I know this market, it's not just a day one emblem. It is just pixels on your screen, but it means a lot to a lot of people. So if someone got to keep something like that, it's like a trophy. It's like a look at me type situation, right? It's very insignificant to a lot of people, but to a lot of other people, it can be used for resale, investment, or just ego. So I think if they can prove you were with the cheater, every single loot that you did on that raid, even if you don't get banned, or restriction at most, no loot for you.
no loot for you.
No emblem for you. Nothing.
How do I sell my emblem?
No, I can't tell you anything.
That is such a weird thing, because that's like locked to an account. Like, I don't know how a solo flawless dungeon emblem can be sold.
Before we go off, because that's really my only rebuttal with everything Scorpion said. Clearly, I think, do your guys self a favor, go into these markets so everyone has a better understanding how deep this market really. It's like the dark web of Destiny. What people will do is they will make an account. They know a cheater. They know they're going to get the day one. They don't care about getting banned or if the ban's going to happen. They get the emblem. Then they take that, whether it be on Steam, PlayStation, Xbox, then they put it on the emblem marketplace, and it will have an account marketplace where cheaters go to buy accounts. And depending on what this account has, X emblems, KD, stats, clears, things like that, that's how they evaluate how much does this account cost. So let's say all it had was a Desert Perpetual raid emblem, and someone like a cheater, right, who again doesn't care, but they want to like look cool, or someone who wasn't able to get the day one clear, they'll be like, I'll spend $2,000 on that. Like, Bungie's not. So people will like, but that's crazy. It's that deep for people.
No, it just made me laugh thinking, because that sounds like the horse market and like selling stallions and like race horses and all that.
It's just like that.
Yeah.
It's just like that. It's I swear to, it's like the dark web, bro, of Destiny. People don't. It's funny how many people don't know that side of Destiny, but it's very real, and people will spend $2,000 for a pixel emblem. They do it every day, and they don't care about the cheats. They don't care because, perfect example, I got restricted for 2 weeks. My internet's fine. People flying around the map with sparrows have been playing for months on end with no ban of any kind. So, so that's my rebuttal, and that's just a little info.
Now that's great. I really appreciate that. Don't even trip, bro. That was great, because I never even thought about that, and you just brought something to our attention. The other thing is let's go back to the reporting thing, because that's something that I really do want to address. Because we are reporting players, instead of the anti-cheat doing this job, because let's be honest, anti-cheat is doing its job. We just don't know it, right? And it's doing the best that it can. Let's be real. But once we start reporting, Bungie should absolutely start taking over. Like, even if you gotta do just hire somebody just to sit there, review account. It's not hard to see.
Yes.
It's not hard to see, y'all. if somebody is getting mass reported by the hundreds of thousands, because as we've recently learned, currently there are between 250,000 to 300,000 players playing every single fucking day. If somebody is reporting somebody, even if it's 0.1% of that, that's still 10,000 reports. Just put it in somebody's folder and be like, hey, check this out. This person reported said this whole group is reporting. So my question to everybody, and I'm gonna we're gonna start off with Wub and everything. Wub,
Hello.
do we think that Bungie is allocating any type of manpower to mass reports?
I don't know, because again, this isn't really my department. I'd like to think so, because, you know, otherwise, what's the fucking point? Like, if they're not allocating any manpower to, like, mass reporting, then why bother having it? Like, if it's all automated, because I'm sure to an extent some of it is. But if it is all entirely automated, then there's no point in it being there, because there will be appeals to things. And if it's all automated and everything, the machine just takes it at everyone's word, it becomes a witch hunt.
Yes, that's very true. That's very true. Dial, same question, brother. Do we have any type of hope that somebody is on the other side checking mass reports at all?
No. I think
Absolutely not.
no.
That's what he said.
It's. I feel like Bungie's given up on Destiny. It is like, that's the sad truth. They just given up on the game itself until they
Oh, don't say that. You'll make me cry.
until they actually physically address something, because that's what everybody's been wanting, is at least some sort of like allocated team just for cheaters alone. I don't think they're gonna do anything about it.
Yeah, because how many times have you seen a developer say, like, we banned over 50,000 accounts today? It's like, yeah, there's still 5 million more.
And then I don't know if you guys remember that one Twitter thread, right, where this guy was cheating and they banned him, and the guy literally that got banned said "fuck you" and unbanned himself.
What?
Oh yeah, I think I remember that.
That was
What?
Yeah, no, that was a crazy thing. It was
Okay, let's move
Uno
on, because that's
reversed on
enough said and
himself.
everything. Let me read some of these comments, because we got some cool comments coming in actually real fast, and then we're gonna move on to the next topic and everything for the most part, because it's going good and everything. But this Tyranny actually said, oh, I was getting some questions answered. 3K for an emblem from Don Carlio. Yes, absolutely. That's pretty crazy. How do I sell my emblem?
Let me know. I have like a lot.
I
was about to say, I've got a few emblems that are only gotten from like buying very specific things, and a lot of those things aren't available anymore, so those numbers go up.
I came in the chat to get everyone banned. Everyone's banned.
I have some. B said I have an emblem that is 0.5%. People and some rare emblem. That is crazy. 0.5%. I'm pretty sure I have a 0.5% rare emblem too somewhere in there. Those rare emblems for Guardian kinds are expensive. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I have an emblem that's 1 of 100.
One of 100?
Yeah. You have to get a specific code for doing a specific event.
See how much that was not even really. Get in on that market.
Oh my god!
I already redeemed it.
What did I start? What?
See, you know it's funny, Jolly? My buddy Google chimed in and he said my account would be a gold mine for the horse races, because he's been around for ages, and like just off the top of my head, he had like a high 5 figures number on Bright Dust. Like it was more than anyone could need. That he logged in and bought the entire like Eververse store just to lighten up his stuff. Like the dude's got time in this game.
Not trying to do like bad influences, but if you want to check, go do an emblem report and you can search up your account and see how much they deem it. If you
I will do that.
But no, I'm not advocating for selling. It's against the rules.
I am gonna
let me move. Hey, bro. Somebody answered the question. He's selling the account. Okay, yeah, we figured that out. Selling the account, which that's a whole nother conversation. Actually, that might be a whole conversation in itself. Selling your account, like selling your Fortnite account that has characters, has been viable for years. Most of the manpower was on Marathon. Yeah, that's a valid point. Actually, it's definitely coming back now. Shout out to Infinite. Thank you so much, bro, for the heart. You are goated, brother. He says, "Hey, bro, I'm here for the Destiny podcast. I appreciate it, bro. Yes, you're always welcome. Every Thursday and Sunday we do this and everything. Shout out to everybody. Cheaters are always a problem in the Crucible, but removing cheaters won't fix the core issues." That is very true, actually. That is the point of Debate Destiny. In case you don't know this, the purpose of Debate Destiny is not necessarily for me, the content creator, or even these content creators, these great content creators that are on the panel right now. It is so that way we can have talking points and get our own personal feelings on it. So that is the point of the show. Thank you so much for joining and everything. They should use Crucible to add rotating tier loot every week. Shout out to that. Absolutely. I've seen people cheat in both PvE and PvP, and I've gotten a few people banned. Yes, that's actually what we're talking about. We were talking about Desert Perpetual and how there are so many people that actually got a lot of stuff from that. We're going emblem for emblem. Are we going emblem? We'll probably do that as an episode. We'll do emblem for emblem and see who's got the rarest emblems. I like that, actually. That's going to be fun. But I don't think they make a huge effort when it comes to mass reporting. Yes, absolutely. Yes. So let's go ahead and move on. That's what we're all caught up. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Really appreciate that. Yes. What's up, Wup?
There is an option that none of us considered, like, banning cheaters and all that. Is Destiny could go like the whole, like the Cray Twins route and just start breaking people's kneecaps.
Yeah, I would go.
They've got your thing. They can probably fine you. It's just, they just show up and they start, like, slashing some folks.
I'm so mad because I thought you got me in the first half, and then the second half, damn. But I like it though. Let's go ahead and start sending ninjas to everybody's houses.
No one will ever do it again. Just show up, like,
you just gotta do it to one person.
Yeah, just imagine seeing that video.
It's about sending a message.
Imagine seeing that YouTube video in your fucking recommended. Like, I cheated on Desert Perpetual and Bungie showed up and they broke my legs. Like, everyone would go, okay, good, no, we're done. We get the message, guys.
Hold on. Wait a second. Infinite Shadow. Thank you for all the love, brother. Well, bro. You just said, how do you see half of this stuff is? You sent me a cat. You sent me, is that a deal?
Your mic is tweaking.
We're losing you.
He's excited. He's peeking a bit.
Yeah, he's peeking. You got a cat. I felt that.
It's a finger heart. You're awesome and alive, bro. Thank you, bro. You are, bro. Thank you so much, bro. Every little bit helps the stream. I am absolutely grateful for that, bro. Thank you so much. Yeah, pikers. Goddamn pikers. Every time you send me a hat and mustache, I'm going to become racist. I hope you guys know that.
No.
What the fuck, bro? A case like, what is a case like 10 coin? What's happening? Golden buzzer. What in the world?
Having a great time.
Bro, I deserve this. I don't love you so much. You too. Shit.
Got full non-verbal now.
We lost him, guys.
I don't know if you guys can hear. I don't know if you. Can you guys hear? I don't think you guys can hear my
You peaked. You definitely peaked.
You went so loud we couldn't hear you.
No, my sound bites. My sound bites. I don't think you guys can. I don't think you guys can hear my sound bites. I have sound bites.
If it's through TikTok, yeah, we probably won't hear that.
It's not. It's through my stream deck, but I don't have it set up for you guys to hear it and everything. Yeah, more. Yo. Okay, bro, he's going crazy in my chat right now, bro.
He's certainly lighting it the fuck up.
Yeah.
We're seeing some of these guys.
Your band's blowing up.
Hey, don't you?
I hear that.
Yo, I am on a calorie deficit right now, bro. Go, thank you, bro. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you so much, bro. I lightning, bro. What is happening? Love you so much, finger heart. I feel like I'm about to turn into an NPC right now. You know, I'm saying like league ball. You know, what the fuck, bro? Thank you so much, bro. Like, I gotta keep the show going because we are on a time crunch. But if you are, for everything that you've given, bro, you are absolutely goated and everything. I'm gonna start giving out gifts for people like this too, bro. I don't want to just be like taking. I want to give back. I want to give back. Oh, shout out to that's fire, bro. That's fire. So back to the main subject. Because now on height and everybody shout out to Infinite. Everybody get some love to Infinite, by the way, bro. Infinite Shade TV. What is it? Yeah, Infinite Shades. Everybody get some love for him, bro.
Props
Everybody
to you, sir. Absolutely.
Yes, bro.
You're loved.
Thank you so much. So when it comes to mass reporting and everything, we don't necessarily have anybody doing that right now. Like we don't actually have a person looking at mass reports, and that's a big problem, right? Now, Wub, you kind of already set the pace and everything, but I wanted to do this.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any ideas on how to even solve the cheater problem efficiently, where Bungie can easily start doing it? Because I have heard people saying, "Hey, hire player moderators who you can trust to peep cheaters when they're playing the game, and then they can automatically ban." That's a slippery slope and everything. A lot of very easy for bribes and everything. But yeah, what's everybody's? Let's go. We left off on Dial. Let's actually go with Jolly because Jolly. Yes, bro. Let's go with you, brother. Got any ideas for us?
I mean, I feel like they need to re-implement the battle eye or whatever, however it picks up on certain things, because the kind of treats that are going on, like Zimming would be a hard one, right? Like Zimming is a hard one. Like at that point, that's where it feels like it needs a human to interact with it, right? Like at that point, you need to be able to like. There's already third-party websites. There's Crucible Report. There's Trials Report. Where if you're looking at someone let's say he has like 90 games, right? And his percentage or his accuracy is like at a 90 or 99. That's extremely hard to do. That at that point, you would tell me you're the best player that no one ever heard of, and like you're dropping like at a 4-point KD. It's not impossible, but very unlikely. And that's not like an automatic ban thing. That would be something you need to like dig into that account's history because they can look into things like that. But
they can even suspend him and then go and look at his account. Like, you're right.
I would on the Zimming, that takes a human, so that would be my response. It would take a human to look at something like that. That's a little bit harder to dictate, right? But then things like spawning a sparrow in trials, how is nothing like throwing a red flag like that at this point it's unexcusable. Either you need to rebuild Battle Eye, or you need to branch out to a third party that does from an engineering, from a computer engineering standpoint, like you need to find either a company or you need to look at how his Battle Eye is working, because it's not working. Because for it not to be able to automatically pick up on things like infinite heavy, and it's not even heavy round, or you literally switch to PC, you can spawn into a control match and instantly get scorched. Like you're dying from scorch, you can't even move. Like how does the system not pick up on very, very blatant hacks? So that's what I would say. Like for Zim, it needs to be a human that looks at it, and a human should definitely be looking at all the appeals. I don't care how small it is to how big it is. Appeals should be a human eye. It should not be an automatic computer that I don't even know why that's a thing. Humans should look at appeals.
Agreed.
Just like when you have a problem with your cell phone, or you got a problem with something you're using, you have a contact email to directly talk to someone at live support majority of the times. That should be the thing. You should be able to prove your innocence instead of sitting here and, oh, I gotta just take the ban because I'm arguing with the computer. But Zim's human rebuild Battle Eye. That's my response.
I love that. Actually, I got another question for you guys. I think you're gonna love it because you gave me an idea. But we're gonna go ahead. Let me read some of these chats real fast, and then we're gonna go to you, Scorpion, because I know you've been kind of waiting for and everything. But let me read some of these chats real fast.
Certainly got.
I've been a part of Destiny. Send me Uncle Jolly in with Ace and a Matador with Warlock skating. we'll get him. Okay. When he says send me with Uncle Joey and Ace and Matador with Warlock skating, and we'll get him. I think he's talking about cheaters.
Let me add just one more thing about the uphill thing that you did, and for those who have thankfully never had to fight an uphill, do you know Bungie, in their own words, threatens you if you keep trying to prove your innocence with a further ban or more aggressive punishments if you try to fight an unfair uphill?
No,
just
never
so you
heard.
guys
What do
know.
you
Yeah,
mean?
I got threatened. Not threatened, chosen words correctly. Their
Warned,
message is,
maybe?
as a response, is if you continue to send a appeal or make another appeal or try to prove more evidence that you are not in fact rightfully restricted or banned, we will punish you further. It's practically word for word. So that's what they do.
That's unacceptable, guys.
Yeah, that's
unacceptable.
That's out of
You only
bounds.
get one chance. That's all you get. You get one. And they say, no, you're going to take this ban.
Like, that makes sense if it was like a blatant, obvious cheater that was like infinite ammo DPSing.
We're not talking about
but
that.
you just had like an internet error that was potentially like at most, if internet errors, disconnecting you or making you super laggy in the Crucible. Which, yes, it's an advantage, but in the end of the day, you're an internet problem. That sounds like you're like
by the way, his
blacklisted.
shit wasn't actually lagging. It was an internal system. He wasn't actually lagging.
Yeah,
He's
I
not
mean,
actually lagging in the game. That was that makes it that's an even bigger discrepancy. Totally unacceptable. Let's talk about that
That's
in a bit,
wild.
because that's crazy, brother. Let me read some of these comments. I've been a part of Destiny for a long time, and the problem is Battle Eye is something you install. Okay, all right, okay, I can see that. Probably something that directly into your device, right? I don't know. Drone striking is a pretty good idea. Okay.
What is it, Obama time now?
Hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm not against it. Well, there is a Coronus with AI now called Titan. There's a video on YouTube. We'll actually get into that subject a little bit later. It's literally shoot for you. Pretty much all you have to do is move. On my way now. What's that picture, bro? It's the beautiful Mara Sav, brother. It's beautiful. That's my queen. So let's go ahead and move on to Scorpion. Same question to you, bro. Do you have any ideas on how we can actually fix the cheating problem, other than what's already been said and already been implemented? Your own idea, your own personal idea.
So I'm gonna take a swing at this from the idea of, if I was working at Bungie and I had to start working on the creator problem, it's obviously all automated right now, and I would of course get people and actual like brains on it to actually see and some common sense and say, man, some of this is just folly. But if I had to think in the broad idea of like performance, I would see if I could keep track of different performance spikes, because it's like you said, spawning a sparrow in trials, being able to do something that's exceptionally outlandish, that should be an instant case for a view. Something should be investigated. But I feel like there should be a certain database generated for the game. Like, how would I say this? I'm trying to articulate how I would say this, but it's like we have a database of peak performers, like the esoterics, the #1 speedrunners, the people who are like the elitist of elite performing in a game, the fastest of the fast, the strongest of the strong, the DPS kings of the game, and say, this is the top. This is how high it should go. If something goes beyond that, we need to check it, because it's either a new king, there's an exploit out there, or somebody is clearly punching outside of their weight. Because like I said, if we have esoterics, the speedrunners, the people who are like world record hold raid, like two-manners in that essence, if something is doing more damage than them, it warrants an investigation. Not a ban, but obviously a check to say, hang on, this is weird. This is outlandish. This is something that warrants a check. So I don't know if I would base this in like an algorithm or an AI factor, or otherwise just keep an idea of, or keep a record of, let's say, what is the best that we can see and what outdoes the best. Is it a better
Yep.
strat? Is it a new exploit? Or is it genuinely somebody breaking the game, cheating an advantage they should not have? I don't know
Yes.
how much farther we can take that in an idea, but that is, as a baseline, that would be something I would use to at least start to understand what is beyond exceptional and what is beyond possible in the cheater space.
I actually like this idea a lot because having a threshold and then anybody going above that threshold should be an alarm. And all you got to do is just go look at the profile, right?
Absolutely,
like there's no
yes.
algorithm that's needed, just a threshold. And by the way, there are so many automations, whether they are AI or not. You don't even need AI for such a simple alert, right? Like we have that right now. And I'll say this, in music, literally in music, they have things that will cut your sound for peaking or something like that. So we have the technology to monitor stuff like that.
Oh, and another
right?
perfect example,
I love that freaking
YouTube
idea.
videos
I love that.
with copyright. I put out a video the other day that was covering Helldivers and a Warbond release. Within seconds of me uploading it, said, hang on a minute, there's actually copyright music in here. And it said, that's a problem. We got to sort that out. And other algorithms
Literally.
like that or detection softwares could easily go for, I mean, hell, in the end of the day, Destiny's data, it's numbers. If somebody goes 100 miles an hour through the game when everyone at max is going 50, things like that.
Yep. That's easy. That's like actually one of the better ones. Let's go ahead and move on to the next person. Wub, do you have any idea that you would like to give to offer to Bungie to help alleviate some of the problems in Destiny when it comes to cheaters?
Also, welcome in Baby Beast.
Shout out, baby.
Aw.
Bro. What's good, bro?
How you guys doing? Sorry I'm late.
I don't really know because it's not. Again, it's not something I know much about. Because cheating has always confused me. Because if you don't get something honestly, you don't really get it. Like, even then, each time you look at it, you'll know you cheated for it.
Right,
So, I mean,
the
like-
morality of it.
I don't know, publicly shaming. That's an
Yes.
option. Like, you know,
That's
you go
so
the
like the
deal
old
route.
school way of punishing cheaters back in the day.
Yeah, just like, just put it online. Like, oh, by the way, here's
I
this
mean,
guy.
yeah,
Like, even
nowadays
if you
that's
don't,
like when a
restrict
Twitch
them,
streamer gets banned for
bam.
really bad reasons. It's like they get put on full blast and be like, "This guy's a weirdo."
Yeah,
Yeah,
like, we go
that'd be
full
cool with
medieval.
that.
We put him in the stocks. Like, name and shame. That's
Yeah.
an option.
Name and shame. That's
Like,
actually
when
not
you
terrible.
log in, it just like gives you a this guy got banned today, and just it's on the fucking front of
Yeah.
your screen.
I mean, that's what
You know,
Siege. I
that's
know.
actually a really
like,
good
this-
idea now. Like popping up on the screen when you log in every time. These are the new list of the Hall of Shames.
You know, Siege
Oh.
does that. I know
Yeah.
Dial mentioned he does Siege. Don't they still like say this person has been banned for like toxic behavior or whatever? But like in the top right of the screen, I remember Siege for an age having like this person has been kicked, this person has been timeout, this person has been banned.
Yeah, no,
We
they
need to
still do
bring
that.
back public
There was a
shaming.
whole thing with that where, so, hackers got the source code for Siege.
Oh, I know.
And
That's an ordeal.
yeah, and so they started putting song lyrics as like Billie Jean by Michael Jackson, but it's every single lyric, and it's like has been banned, but if you just look at the first word, it's every single lyric for Billie Jean. That's hilarious.
It's great.
That's crazy. Actually, let's go ahead. Actually, let me ask: does anybody have an idea? That way, I don't have to put you on spot. Does anybody have an idea that they would like to offer on the panel right now? Especially since WB has just joined into it and everything. Anybody have an idea that they would like to offer?
I think I got something. I'm
Okay,
gonna
go
talk
ahead,
for you
brother.
guys real quick. All right. So, what if instead of banning them, like, what if the anti-cheat detects them cheating and anything that they're doing, it just reflects it back to them?
That would be great too.
So, let's say, because I've been in games plenty of times where a warlock has an infinite scorch grenade, right? Instead of that warlock scorching the whole playing field, what if it just scorches him?
Dude, can I add on to his idea?
Mhm,
Like
yes,
to affect it
yes.
in PV as well. The only drops you can get are white. You can't get legendary. You can't get blues. You
Oh
can't get anything
no,
that's
they
white.
don't even exist in
No,
the game now.
no,
That's
Don't do loot because those would be like cheater exclusive loot, and then they can sell that shit.
That's kind of true, but that's hilarious, bro. Like, hey, bro, go fuck yourself. Like, here's some.
No, make it be like us gonna
Or
be
what they
like,
should
put
do.
on.
Here's some loot you can't put on.
They have God mode. The boss they're fighting has God mode.
You know, real quick, that
Yeah,
reminds me.
hilarious.
That reminds me of one of the best like cheater solutions I've ever heard in a game. Ark Survival Evolved. Supposedly, back in the day when you got detected cheating, you got put into special servers where you were spawned into a cage and forced to do slave labor.
What?
Idea, bro. You just took my idea, bro.
Oh,
Oh, that's amazing.
I'm sorry. I just remembered that ages ago from Ark and that idea of reflecting all your damage and action back to you. That just reminded me of that.
Bro, imagine.
Just
But it's fine.
Because loading gets
I
I
will-
will be like put into like a mining cave.
user has been detected cheating. Into the glimmer caves you go.
Into Brazil.
I do want to
Glimmer mines.
I want
Hey,
to say
welcome
this
to
because
the bright dust door, bitch. You're gonna wake up in a giant Amazon warehouse.
Fucking, that's painful.
No bathroom breaks.
because the thing about it is that I one of my videos actually did pretty well on that. When I asked TikTok, I was like, yo, why aren't companies giving private servers to cheaters so that way because they already kind of did that with Arc Raiders, where they were putting all of the aggressive players in their own servers, right? And I love that for you. I was actually an advocate for it. Like, hey guys, they put that mechanic in the game, but that doesn't mean abuse it and ruin the overall that's 1% of the game. There's a 99% of the other game. Don't ruin it for everybody else. But why aren't all companies doing this? Now, I do have a financial and a business answer, devil's advocate answer to it, which is, well, that's still server space. But at the same time, you get to inflate the game's numbers. Now there's more players than there are people being banned. They're just not being a part of the other population and everything. Every single time you get caught as a cheater, you should absolutely be playing with other cheaters. I mean, if you're fun, because there are lunatics out there. There are absolutely lunatics out there who are literally loving cheating. Like, they love cheating. Like, this is more fun. This is the more fun version of it. I don't care about beating the boss quickly. I like the idea of being overpowered. Well, then you know what? You should be with other players who view that, because you're not alone. You are with other players like that. So why don't we have that? I think that is my idea. Thank you for fucking me right now, Scorpion. That is the actual idea. That is the idea. But nonetheless, though, that I think that is the actual idea. That, you know, that could help, at least, even if you're not going to ban them right off the bat, get them out of the player
Quarantine.
the player pool.
Get them out.
Quarantine them. Yes. Right.
So can I add a little bit more to the Scorpion idea of like putting them in like
Wow.
putting them in Mind Glimmer
Oh.
jail? Well, the let's say the group debate idea, right? So
Oh, yeah.
after let's say I reported someone, right? What if this might be like a Destiny 3 type of thing, because we have no use for Glimmer right now. But let's say like Destiny 3, we have Glimmer houses, we can buy houses, and we report a cheater, and that cheater has to go to the Glimmer mine. What if that Glimmer mine cheater gives the clan more Glimmer to use? Wouldn't that be dope? And then we actually have incentive to report cheaters.
That'd be
I
insane.
like
We got,
it.
though.
Also, we got to
That would
put him
also
in the
be
grasp of
incentive to cheat.
avarice dungeon.
Whoa,
The exotic card?
wait. Dial said that would be an incentive to cheat.
It could be. It certainly could be.
If
That's a
you're,
good point.
if you're gonna make Glimmer a viable currency and you make it so cheaters mine Glimmer for the clan, there's incentive to cheat. So that would be not a good idea.
I like the idea of punishing them, but maybe instead of it being just for the clan, it's for everybody. Like, oh, you just got 500 Glimmer out.
Oh,
because
it's
of a
like
cheater.
the
Right.
Monopoly Passco collect the community chest tax. Everyone in the world gets the cheater community Glimmer.
You know how
Yo,
much
that
Glimmer
was
we be getting
great.
right now, dude? We be getting a bunch of Glimmer right now, bro.
Hey, listen,
I love
$500 Glimmer a day was beautiful. Now, did everybody answer their question? Dial, did you offer? Did you get a chance? Did you want to have anything you want to offer, bro?
This is more of like a meme kind of thing on the answer to what Scorpion was saying. You get detected cheating, you get straight to put into like orbit or something, you get locked out, you can't exit out, you can't alt F4, you pretty much get hard stuck on your computer, and they just start playing the most annoying sounds. And
I'm
then
gonna
let
go
that go.
5,000 fucking Gorgons.
Yo, that's hilarious. First of all, 5,000 Gorgons, and I love that, bro. Like, and it's like hey, this is not only punishment, like out of the game, right? But like now you, the person, is actually physically punished and everything, and it doesn't kill you, brother. I like it a lot, bro.
So, 100% as well. My buddy Google chimed in. I'm not sure if it's possible, especially considering how many different internet providers there can be. But he just straight up said IP ban cheaters.
Yeah, no, you can IP ban easily.
I think they are doing that too. By the way, I think players are getting IP ban. I think though, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure they do get it. Shout out to Slap, by the way. What's up? Thanks for joining, bro.
That's just where they live, right? Like, so let's say they relocated to a new address, then they'd be no longer IP banned.
In order to not get IP banned, you would have to get a
Who's
whole
Salad
new
by
internet
Wiggles?
service, new router, everything, new modem, all that.
It might outweigh the
Yeah.
the cost, like the cost of cheating for service might not be outweighed by the cost of maintaining your service at that point.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I like it. So let's go ahead and move on to the next subject, actually, because I have a great question for the panel tonight. I have a great question. I think is and also you two as well, chat. I really want to get y'all idea on this because we have a lot of haters against this. So I am more than prepared to hear your answer on this. Okay. What about AI for cheat surveillance?
No.
I don't even have an opinion.
Okay. That's a very, very loaded question in itself.
It's a very loaded question because my idea could lean into the area of like AI detection because at the end of the day, AI is like receiving data from certain points and doing something with it. But
Are we against AI because it's employing AI and taking away from a human job, or what?
It's not advanced. I don't think it's advanced enough to use it in any like practical sense, especially for baiting
Well, hell, it's
cheaters
gotta be
and
better
stuff.
than Battle Eye. Like, he ain't detecting shit. Ain't doing nothing.
Anything's better than Battle Eye.
Technically,
Right.
isn't Battle Eye AI still?
What
Okay,
is
so here's the
Battle?
thing. There's a difference between language models and algorithmic AI. We've always had AI. That's what NPCs are. NPCs are basically a very rudimentary versions of AI. They talk on their own time. They have implementations, right? Like when Zer pops up, he's an AI who's trained to literally show up in the game at these times. And only Bungie has the ability to change like what his movements are, but nonetheless, he does have movement. We're talking about language models. We're talking about ones that actually read people's like when you talk to ChatGPT, when you talk to any of these language models, it's actually learning as it goes. That's why it becomes much more and more intelligent over time. So we're talking about LLMs in Destiny, right? Real LLMs that are actually watching every player at all time. All 300,000 players are being watched by the AI. What are your thoughts? Let's go ahead and start with Dial, because Dial actually, I heard him say he had, I heard like a thought he would deploy. Dial, what's your thoughts on it, brother?
Repeat the question one more time.
LLMs, learning language models, in cheat, right? So like an actual like ChatGPT level, AI surveillancing players across the entire game.
I would. That.
It's, by the way, let me say this real fast. It's okay if you're not very familiar with it. If you have questions, ask questions. We can get the answer. Either I can give it or we can search it up. But that's fine. But go ahead, bro.
I would say give me a few minutes to come back to me while I come up with an answer for that.
Pass.
That's perfectly fine. Let's go. Okay, go ahead, Wub. Yes, Wub. Yeah.
It feels very Big Brothery for it to be monitoring all players at all times, looking for specific. I don't know. It doesn't, especially if it's like an advanced learning model. It doesn't feel trustworthy.
How do you feel about being Big Brother? What's your thoughts on it?
I really don't like it. I mean, I mean, I'm in Britain right now, where they're like currently
Oh,
attempting
yeah.
to restrict our access to most things on the internet unless we give the government our valid ID. So I'm very against being monitored.
Let me ask you this then. What do you have something that you that will make you feel comfortable with being watched the entire time?
I mean, not particularly. It's because, because I know it's different, it's a game, but I feel like, my business is my business. Like, this is why we have so you can report a player.
Let me just chime in. Technically, you don't own Destiny. Technically, we don't own any of the games that we play, so technically
No,
it's
but
not yours.
Still, yeah, I know, but I still,
But we're talking about surveillance.
I know.
Yeah.
Just
I know, but I got you. I caught it.
I just found that out, by the way.
Yeah, well, nobody owns Destiny or any games that are live servers because they can shut down the servers. But yes, well, so I want to step up because I like your opinion. Your problem is like it's coming from an out of the loop thing. I actually like that a lot, and I asked you, right, like, hey, is there anything that can make you feel more comfortable with it? What if I threw you an idea real fast? What if it's not watching you, like it's monitoring you, but sort of like, hey, this person who is cheating hopped into your lobby, right? They hopped into your lobby, like you got on you said you play on PC or console?
Console.
Okay, but let's say you were on PC nonetheless. This is still relevant. So if you were on PC and you hopped into a Crucible match and the person that hopped into it was a cheater, well, would you be okay with AI or the language model watching you then, right? To like, hey, this person's definitely not cheating. It's definitely this person over here. Would you be okay with that?
Well, still sort of no, because they're still watching them through me. This is why you can, this is why the report button exists.
That's an interesting take. That's a very interesting take. I respect it.
I know
There's
it's
no problem.
affecting someone else, but it's it's still them watching me. I'm still being what, even though it's aiding me in this situation, giving up this personal freedom, I'm still giving up that personal freedom.
What if you had an opt-in or opt-out until you cheated, right? Like, let's say you started cheating, but would you like opt-in, opt-out? You would want that, wouldn't you?
I mean, I'd want it, but I also don't trust it, because if something usually has an opt-in, opt-out option, most of the time they don't actually give a fuck if you click opt-out.
Okay.
I don't know how many things.
Well, you do have a point.
Hey, would you like to sign up for our newsletter? No.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Anyway.
That is a harsh reality of life right now. Is even if you hit, I don't want the emails, your email or your contact information will still probably be sold off somewhere else for another email to start hitting you somewhere. So
yeah, okay. So let's actually know. Okay, thank you, Wub. I really appreciate it. Let me move on. Let me read this comment real fast. Tyranny of Heaven said, "Fruit salad by Wiggles on loop for the cheater."
Oh, that was it. If you grew up British, you liked that shit.
Oh, I'm sorry. He also said, "IRL fail safe. Let's go." Okay.
Yeah, I think I was talking about the AI coverage.
Yeah, no, I got it right off the back. Okay, so Scorpion, let's go ahead and get your thoughts on it, bro. I feel like you already have a thought on it and everything. Learning language model is actually surveillancing all players. It's not just you, but all players to protect everybody from the attack of cheaters. What's your thoughts on it, bro? How you feel?
So it's a rough take, because I can definitely understand Wubbs and her issue, because it's certainly a weird thing looking at a government monitoring every bit of social media and saying, hey, you said something offensive, you got to show up in court
Definitely.
now. Meanwhile,
Absolutely,
I
yeah.
say the worst things to my best friends. I'd probably have been committed to the Tower of London by now if I was in the UK. But my buddy Google, I'll actually transport his idea, where AI detection, but sent to humans for confirmation, which I think is a step up from what I was saying of monitoring data. Because in the end of the day, like we said with Bungie, let's pretend it was just one person managing the cheaters, and they didn't have. Oh, she's back.
Go ahead. Yeah.
And a bag. Everything just cut out.
So, in the
Okay.
idea of a short manpower, we don't have the budget for additional people, but we have a budget for an AI temporary. To get it up, I could support temporary use of AI, especially if it's in the idea of setting groundwork for what is, let's say, cheater behavior. But in the end of the day, AI doesn't take any actions. It is purely a data recorder and a data gatherer. It's not the end all be all of. The AI doesn't decide if you are a cheater. The AI doesn't decide how long you're banned or if it is a ban period, but it is a data collector that gives people the, hey, this guy looks suspicious in the end of the day. I would be for AI in that limit, but I do also agree with Wubbs in the idea of Big Brother. Unfortunately, Big Brother is always watching anyways, but that idea of a kind of lack of privacy in Destiny is a weird one in the end of the day. But, you know, the company's going to do with its own product what it will wish. So it's a tricky slope, especially in the age of people hating AI taking jobs. But, it's rough. Like people said, it's a very loaded question. Good fusion rifle. Yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna leave it. What my
Did anyone catch that? I was about to say, did anyone catch that? That was smooth. That was so smooth.
Before we go, I want to ask you a question. It's just straight to you. Are you okay with AI watching you while you play the game? In any game, but Destiny specifically.
It's a rough part
Sorry.
because, like, I got my own personal opinion because, like, Call of Duty and having the AI algorithm watching the in-game chat and banning people for offensive language, like, I hate that.
That's Activision.
But-
Activision.
it's
that's a
Activision.
bad example of
But-
it. But yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I'd probably say I'm 50-50 for or against. I can see its benefits, and but I can also see its issues, but I probably actually don't have a stance for or against directly. I can see its uses, but
I respect it.
unfortunately, I can't say I'm for it.
Let's put it like this. If it works, you're for it. If it's not, get it out of here. Let's just be honest. I
Absolutely,
think that's
yeah.
for everything.
But run a trial phase, maybe adjust it a little bit, and in the end of the day, if there's no good to it, then scrap it. Get the hell out of here, like Bungie should have done with the portal.
Yeah.
Damn.
He's just throwing the bullets.
But yeah,
let me read
if
some
it
comments
can
real
work,
fast. Let me read some
if it
let me read
can
some
work,
comments real fast.
definitely.
Yeah,
but-
if it can work. Hugh, thank you for joining, by the way. Hugh, thank you so much, brother. AI rat bots, I like it. Yes, I do too, actually. AI rat bots. It's a great name, actually. Hugh also said, I'm still loving watching Morpheus debate the pros and cons of AI.
I saw that. That is
cool. Yeah. Tyranny also said it's not even AI taking jobs. AI is too early in stages that it takes too much resources up. Okay.
The RAM
okay,
market
yeah.
certainly agrees.
Yeah, very definitely agree. Definitely can. So we're gonna move on to the next person to answer the question. Who would like to go next? Actually, we got Jolly and we have Dial. Jolly, what's up, brother? So, language models surveillancing you, protecting you from actual cheaters. We had some great ideas where, they're not necessarily banning. I actually like that idea, by the way. I'm gonna say that I like the idea of not banning people. That's a really great idea, but they're sending it to a human. Boom. Now that person has work to do, and the AI goes back to doing what it's doing, right? So how do you feel about being surveyed and watched while being played, and also just the language model in general?
I was just say, it sounds like some people in this Discord call got some things to hide. Just joking. But I am one of those people. If you wouldn't say it in court, then you probably shouldn't be saying it at all. So if the issue is having someone watch you in a video game makes you uncomfortable, I can kind of see that standpoint. But if the benefit outweighs my comfortability, then I'll take the benefit every single day of the week. I'm an open book. I don't really care what people. If someone's watch me, make sure it's in 4K. But I generally, if you've seen any of my videos, I do not have a single care about opinions or anything like that. So, but I like what Scorpion said, like the additional, I think without Scorpion's like add on to where it's a human who's going to dictate, because I don't trust computers. Computers don't work at work. I work in technician. Like, I don't always trust my scanner with everything it says. So if it was just like the punishment was up to AI, which I'm already like dealing with a situation similar, like an automated system, I wouldn't be okay with it. But I think if there was something monitoring, because we're not talking about an actual like item in like the lobby, right? It's in the background of the lobby, like and it's watching, like it's there to dictate like if something wonky is happening, right? Like that's what it's like having a camera the whole time, correct?
Yes, like having a camera on you.
Now,
yeah.
is it monitoring like your text chats, your voice comms? Is it, where's the extent of the monitoring? Where does it stop? Where does it like, is it just watching players? Is it like, because your chat logs are already recorded, guys. It's already there. Bungie has access to everything you've ever sent. It doesn't just disappear. They have access to all of it. That's why Discords. Do you realize Bungie can even get access into your Discord channels and see everything that you're seeing?
Yeah, if they went as far as subpoena the chat logs out of Discord, they want.
Okay.
We're already being watched. You realize Bungie can already see everything that happens in game. It's not
right.
Do they do it all the time? No, it's when a situation arises that they go through that information, because it's a lot to go through. But you're already being recorded. You're already. So I don't know if I would maybe feel uncomfortable if it was like a voice comm thing, but at this point, like when I think of Battle Eye, I think it's a stick that a Bungie employee brought into the office and threw a T-shirt on it and called it Battle Eye. That's what I think Battle Eye does. I don't truly think. I think the players are doing more of the work, the hard work when it comes to banning these people, right, than humans. Because I'm so under the assumption that when you get permabanned, it's about the mass, it's about how many people are reporting for this same, right? Like if they see someone reporting you, like 90 people report you for cheating, right? I feel like that I feel like it's automatic, like it's not something that a human's looking at. So because I mean, we even have the situation of a guy who cleared Vesper host day one, right? Like day one cleared it. He was in mid-desert perpetual, like epic. He got banned, midway through for cheating. That dude's got massive traction on Twitter. Bungie never even responded. There was nothing. He recorded his whole thing on YouTube, so Bungie could look at it. Nothing. Like, and that's where I would dictate. Like, I don't think anything that's getting done right now is by a human source. So that's why I would lean more towards Scorpion, because I'm not going to trust computers to do something that a human needs to review and look at the appeal situation. So I'm with Scorpion.
And I love that real fast. Let me do this real fast. Hugh, man, yo, thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much, bro. Like, bro, just dropped a gold mine on it. I really appreciate that. He also said, he said, Jolly knows I'm just in good fun. I like your shit for real, though. Thank you, bro. I really appreciate it. I do not take anything personal. And also, when you put your face on the internet, you just got to put a shield on and be prepared. You know, you never know what's coming at you. So thank you so much, bro. I really appreciate it. Every little bit always helps, man. I really do. Beast, aren't you still in the chat, bro? You still in the chat, right? Are you still there?
I'm here.
Okay, cool. I appreciate it. He said, B said, I think AI should go away. Okay, damn. We're going to get to you so you can get your thought process on it. Tyranny said, I can't unimagine somewhere Joe Blackburn has all our voice recordings. Listen.
So Google, that means Bungie's heard every time you said, let's fuck this chicken when we start a raid. Keep that in mind.
Oh, fuck, man.
Oh, I hope not. I said some weird shit.
Oh, man.
You don't even fucking know.
I think we should on stream all the time. I think I'm fine.
So we have Don, you're going to be last, bro, just so that you can have time to refine it, because we're going to go straight to Beast. Beast already has his idea and everything. Hugh said that's why I stay away, say my ass in Discord chat. Hey, didn't we just say that Bungie can subpoena though? It doesn't matter.
If it gets to
Google.
an extent, if it gets that far, they need it, they can.
And Google, I'm not talking about you, Google, on YouTube, on Scorpion's chat. I'm talking to my thing that's listening to me 24/7.
Yeah, Google, he'll be another victim of your name.
Literally. So Beast, your answer on this learning language models in Destiny, surveillance, they're going to be watching you to ban and everything. People have given a lot of good ideas so far already and everything. So if you would like to include those as well, that's perfectly fine. But how do you feel about being watched by AI, even if it's being banning the cheaters or reporting it to someone else?
So, like everyone is saying right now, the person Google and Scorpion's child, it's a really good idea. But AI in general, just watching over and recording every decision to decide if it's banning. Now, like I said, Google's idea is great, but just banning is no. So, the reason why I say that is just like you said, the AI is going to learn, right? So the AI is going to see what is normal and what is not normal. So Bungie is a very buggy game. It's been out for 10 years. So it's going to get to a point where this AI is going to be like, well, someone's doing a bug, someone's abusing this bug, I'm going to ban you. And that's not good for the game. So I don't think like letting an AI run Destiny is going to be good for the game at all, because Bungie has too much bugs.
I agree with that.
What if and like I did with Wub earlier, I want to throw a caveat to you. I want to throw a devil's advocate for you, right? Let's say instead of it being in the game, Bungie sets up a pseudo recorder, a game recorder, where the AI is actually watching it externally and not actually in the game.
I mean, I don't think that would genuinely fix the problem I have with the AI, honestly, because that means like what that means is like, okay, one day I'm doing the bow glitch, I come back tomorrow to cheese out some more bosses and I get a permanent ban.
Well, what if instead of it having the ability to ban, take that completely out, right? Because once again, this is just throwing it. It's just reporting it. A human watches it, says no, he's good. That was the exploit that we went through last week.
Okay, yeah, I can see that working. But then again, I do think it will be extremely annoying. Because, like, okay, so in that, what's going to happen?
But
Bring it back. You broke up. Yeah, you broke up. Say it one more time.
I was saying, I think it would be annoying because in that period of it going to the human, what's going to happen to my account? Like, am I just going to be restricted, or am I still vibing?
Because, no, I think we're keeping it very simple. By the way, and Jolly, I'm gonna let you say your point. We're keeping it very simple, where it's watching you. It sees somebody just grew 100 feet tall, or they have heavy in the first match of Crucible, or they're doing insane DPS, and it reports it to that person. That's all it's doing. It's only looking for huge anomalies. How do you feel about it?
I think that's fine.
Okay. Yeah.
I think at that point it's fine.
And Jolly, go ahead. What did you have to say,
no,
brother?
I was just waiting to see what he had to say. I was just say, are we debating, because it's something I never thought of, are we just debating over what we currently have, or an additional to what we have? And two, I was gonna say, we already have people getting wrongfully banned and restricted. So the problem isn't like we're preventing, the problem's already there. You know what I mean? So
Hey, actually, I like that a lot. Let me read this message real fast because I want to address that. Hugh said, I think there should be a message that says your account is under review for XYZ. That way, if it's an honest mistake, you can you have a chance to correct it like Jolly. I absolutely love that. And the thing that I was actually going to suggest as well, just to reply to you, Jolly, is how about what if, and this is my personal take on it as well. I think AI would do a great job, because instead of it just rolling out bans, shout out to you, Scorpion, that's a great suggestion and everything. And instead of making it incredibly uncomfortable for the people that are being watched, right? Wub, for that situation, let's just say at the bare minimum, right? It's checking every anomaly. And then what if a person is not getting banned by the AI? What is instead getting banned by BattleEye, the automation and everything? In my opinion, I think AI would do a great job at reviewing that ban once you appeal it and saying, hey, my internet is perfectly fine. This was a technical thing. And then the AI, remember, it's a language model, right? Remember, it's a language model. So its job is supposed to take in what you said. It can view photos. It can view text. It can read videos. It has that ability. Trust me, I've tested it many times. And it says, you know what? He's totally right. I'm going to forward this straight to a human. And I'm also going to message the player, Jolly, in this situation, say, hey, your appeal has been approved because of me. And now we're going to get a human to look at it, and you're banned, and hopefully you get unbanned within 24 hours.
By the
Now,
way,
how do you feel about that situation?
Well, I was going to add on, by the way, guys. Did you know I'm only restricted from PvP, but if I start disconnecting from PvE, my ban can be further, like, just because they allow you to play an aspect of the game, you can still get banned if, let's say, what they detect, like, let's say you get weasel code. All right, because here's my frustration, and this kind of leads into what we're saying. They didn't really give me, like, you know how vague saying internet connection is as someone who, like, let's say I'm trying to fix it. That's not a good answer, right? Especially when you go back and look at, oh, my internet is fine. I want a specific pinpoint. This is what flagged us. This is why you got this. And without a human response, you don't know. So unless AI is going to be able to give me because I'm still in old school. When I have a problem with anything, I go straight to customer service. I don't do the live tech support. I call somebody. Because here's the thing. I don't know, like, and this is my whole point, is going further, right? If I'm trusting the information on my screen, right? And I didn't get told anything outside of internet connection, what's to prevent it from being a 2-month ban or a perma ban? Because I didn't get the information from them.
So AI is now limiting that problem right now. How do you feel about AI being that buffer for you?
No, I would like it. That's what I'm saying. There needs to be more communication. I'm totally fine with proving, hey, because I think, like, because this is like cheaters, you should have to prove you're not cheating. However you do that, you should have to prove it. Bungie should already have that data. They should be able to give you a when did our system pick up on this issue, right? Because also their system had to pick up on something that made, like, they need to be able to differentiate the, like, what's a mass report? Did our system detect something? What date, what time, what incident, when did this happen? And they should be able to provide that to you, and you need to be able to provide the innocence on that aspect, right? I
like it.
So that's where
I like it a lot.
Anything that helps with communication, I'm with it.
No, I like it a lot. Let me read some of these messages because they're actually talking about the point. You said AI as a reporting system to a human determining system will be ideal. Tyranny of Heaven said, Bungie, more things in the Eververse to store to fund AI. I mean, we already buying everything out of it.
Oh God, no.
That's a bad.
He also said, but if you have a Bungie account, they have your email, they could send a suspension report. That's very true. Also, banning players for connection issues during or after an ice storm is horse doo-doo. I totally agree with that. So we're going to actually move to Dial. Dial, you were the person you had to go last and everything. Let's go ahead and see. Do you have anything for us, brother? Like language models, surveillancing, and you, like I already said to everybody else, you can also include the ideas from everybody else if you to make it more easier. But give us your feelings and your thoughts towards AI doing a cheating report for you while it's watching you at the same time.
Because all is I really thinking for the main part, at least for everything regarding this, is how do I put it? AI would be good to use for surveillance and suspending at a later time, but reporting to a human is the best option until it advances more, because it's still a new technology as is, especially that kind of form of AI. So until it's more advanced, it should not be used in such practical use. until then.
Yeah, almost like Bungie should implement AI. I think surveillance is the best
To
thing.
learn,
At
least until it gets advanced enough where they can implement it as its own thing entirely.
But let's be honest though, guys, and I keep using this one as an example because that one really fucked me up. If a player is 100 feet in the air, like his size, he's 100 feet tall, just ban him automatically. Like the AI shouldn't have to do a bunch of mitigation and appealing for that. That person is clear. Like anybody with eyes, even if when you give chat an image, you say chat, hey, analyze this image for it. It will describe it to a T. I tested it already with my my mask armor set. Well, you know what I'm talking about. My mask armor set. I asked it. I said, I wanted to know. I wanted to see if it was obvious. I said, hey, chat, analyze this photo. What does this remind you of? And it was like, oh, it's the mask. Yeah, it's the mask. I see it. Like the green helmet, the yellow suit. It's literally the mask. So it definitely has the ability to see what it sees. If it sees somebody flying across the map at 100 miles per hour, if it sees somebody 100 feet in the air, staying in the air, sniping freaking, being an AC-130 and sniping from the sky and hold missiles and everything, guys, let's just go ahead and let it do its job. We're not talking about it doing things like, you know, a person being super incognito with its Bungie report and everything. We're talking about the ones who are super obvious. In that situation, I think we can all agree it should be able to just go automatically, but like just ban that person, because we need to get those guys out, the egregious ones. And then over time, Bungie can start having it learn like, hey, this person over here happened to be cheating. You didn't see it because he was doing this and this and this and this. Oh, okay, I see that. I will register it and I will put that in there. But in the meantime, it should absolutely be a reporting thing. Let me read some of these comments from Hugh. Hugh says, AI detects suspicious activity, account goes under review and player gets a review notice. Then they are under a constant surveillance for 30 days to see if that's intentional, like a probation. I like that a lot. Tyranny of Heaven says that go back to the thresholds or AI reading, like set specs. If anything's out of specs and everything, flag them. But Hugh actually makes a very good point that just give the language model parameters before it even makes any type of decisions. Because 30 days, I think 30 days of surveillance to see if it's intentional is great. Because back to somebody's point, which was, I think I was Beast, I think you said like, hey, if I do an exploit, like, is it going to ban me right there and then? Well, guess what? Once the exploit is taken out, right, or it has time to learn that, hey, this person, Bungie talks to the language model and says, hey, we had this exploit going on. That's what you're seeing right now. So you can, anytime you see anybody using that exploit, ignore it. You don't even need to report it anymore, right? So that way it's learning its best. Because my personal take on it, guys, I am not an AI slop type of guy. Like I like AI. I don't believe AI is going to take jobs from people. I think it's going to make people's jobs easier. There are a lot of workhorse jobs out there that can get eaten up by AI. That's unfortunate for them. My heart does go out to them. But personally, I don't think AI is going to take over as much as a lot of people's. And this is no shade to anybody that feels that way. Because you, in my opinion, I think you do have a valid concern for AI, because we have plenty of movies that shown that if we don't have some type of parameter to control robots and AI, like Matrix, Terminator, these movies, I mean, we already have movies that tell us about COVID. So let's be honest, right? Like movies aren't as fictional as they seem to be, especially when we start pulling from real world aspects. Avatar, maybe not so much, right? And that's a whole nother talking pot topic. But when it comes to things that we are actually tapping on, AI, flying cars, future time splitting, all this stuff and everything, we have to take that into consideration. So I do respect people who are like, man, we got to watch AI. But me personally, I'm a futurist. That's what I'm called. You heard classist, you heard a racist, wub, and you've definitely heard of. You've definitely heard of those. But I'm what they call a futurist. A futurist is a person that believes in the future and technology progressing and everything. So that doesn't really fear me. But I think everybody. That's why I'll let you guys go. because your ideas for AI with cheating is absolutely superb. Hugh said the only problem is people. What you say? Go ahead. Yeah,
I have a slight chime in is because again, it's within reason. Yeah, that does all apply, and AI in and of itself isn't necessarily a dangerous thing, but as with everything ever made, the danger comes with human application.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
Because, for example, like, the whole idea of, like, phasing people out of their jobs, that might not happen. But you need to take into account, like, human fucking greed. Yes, most AI models can't behave as well as a person, but most corporate assholes don't give a fuck if what they're making is of quality as long as it can be made. Like, the whole thing with training an AI to look at a video to see if someone's cheating, there's no reason that it couldn't be done by a person. And the whole excuse of it being cost-cutting, you're $1 million company. You can hire a team of people. Like, it's almost more effort to make a machine do it than just have a person look at that and go, does that look dodgy? And a person go, yeah, of course it does.
That is debatable. I'll be real with you. That is kind of debatable, unfortunately. But when you talk about servers, yes, it is costing a lot more. But when it comes to a company just plugging in play, it's too easy. But I do get what you're saying, though. I do. And as a matter of fact, because we're about to wrap up the show and everything, I do appreciate that take and everything. Let me go ahead and read these chats real fast as we close out and everything. The only problem is people using chunk builds are going to get hit. It's not a cheat, but it's not intended. But it's not intended gameplay. IT industry is wild right now, but because they are developing themselves out of jobs. That is a very good point. Thank you, Hugh, so much. I'm going to ask everybody in the chat, do me a favor, get my likes up to 1,000 as we close out. I want everybody on the panel tonight. I want you guys, do you have any closing thoughts on cheating? Do you have anything that you want to get out? I'm going to go from left to right as it is in Discord. So that way we can go ahead and get ourselves. We're gonna close it up and everything. I really appreciate that. And while everybody's getting our likes up to 1,000, because I'm right now currently at 519. Thank you so much for all the support. Dial, do you have any closing thoughts for Cheaters? The episode of Cheaters, Let's Talk, there. And please give your plugs to anything that you might have coming up. Any YouTubes. I keep forgetting to say this to everybody. Please plug yourselves in the show. Okay, all right. But plug yourself. Dial, you go right ahead, brother.
I only got one sentence. If you cheat, you're a bitch.
I love it.
Yeah.
Amen.
That should be the slogan of Bungie.
I love it. Matt Scorpion, brother, go ahead right here. What you got? Any closing thoughts? Any plugs, please?
Well, first off, obviously you're a cheater, burn in hell, skill issue, but it's certainly, this is one of those things that it's a topic that is very expansive. I just idled out of the tower, son of a bitch. But it's certainly tricky. Everyone's got their own perspective. And it's like you said, you're a futurist. You look forward to how tech can improve, as am I. I love seeing how things can change as time goes on. But like you mentioned, there's several examples of why things can be a warning. As many people have said, as many times, Jurassic Park, we don't want that. I'm still like, if there was a real Jurassic Park, I'd go for it. So maybe I'm not the best representative for it.
Still.
But there is ways that it can be helpful fighting cheaters. Very much so, like you mentioned, like we've all hypothesized. But in the end of the day, what it comes down to is Bungie willing to listen? Because that is really where we have to think about too. We all have ideas. Everyone has had ideas 1,000 times, but how many times has Bungie even cared? So they might not even at this point, because it goes back to what we talked about before. Do they even have a leg to stand on making the anti-cheat or anti-cheat task force on Bungie's side for Destiny? Even if they might make it, but they might make it for Marathon.
Possibly. Thank you, bro. I really appreciate that, bro. Next up, we have Jolly, brother. You have any closing thoughts and any plugs? Don't forget to plug yourself as well, bro.
Yeah, I was
Please
about
don't.
to.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
do my plugs first. Free me. I was wrongfully restricted. Free Side Ducks, also wrongfully restricted. Free Danny, also wrongfully restricted. There's like 2 more people in the Discord. If you guys are in this call or in this stream, just know they were also wrongfully restricted, and
Shout out to them. Yeah.
I think it's insane. Like, just to shout myself out, as much passion as I pour into my content, as much as, regardless of what I say, like, I stand on it. You know, like, even right now, I refuse to play Destiny as much as like I'm like it's day 2. I'm learning so much that this has been more of a addiction, and without PvP, I don't think I would have ever been a Destiny player, because like nothing's preventing me from playing PvE right now, right? But like anyways, not the point. But I think it's unfair. I think it's massively unfair that I got banned, and I'm getting threatened in their own words and their own ways if I tried to prove my innocence. So I have to stay here like a good boy and take my 2 weeks when it's not deserved. It's not the time. It's about the fact that I'm innocent and I don't deserve. Meanwhile, I know for sure there's people flying around trials and in PvE, and they get to play without restrictions, and there's no reason that should even be a thing.
Yeah, I think
I will say this, bro. I'm really glad that you joined because I wanted you to join for that reason. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was way too heated that last weekend when it would happen, and there was a pull of emotions, and I'm not really trying to just keep talking about myself, but it's so close to what recently not just happened to my friends, but now me, and I'm sure many others, and it's hard not to get passionate about it, because for me it will always be not the fact that it's happening, it's the fact that I'm innocent and there's nothing I can do about it. You know what I'm saying? Yes,
Absolutely.
it's 2 weeks, but it's about the future concern.
It's principles. It's the principles of it.
Well, and more so is I built a following off of the content. Granted, I can talk passionate about other things, but I love Destiny, and I don't love Destiny because of Bungie. I love Destiny because of the community, and I can't offer anything right now, and that's kind of my problem. It's like, it's just got me in a weird headspace, right? So, I'm glad we had this conversation. I'm glad we talked about a couple of things. I think we've all pretty much come to the conclusion, having a human to look at case by case, in a perfect world, if I could completely remove all the computer out of it, AI, BattleNet, all that, and Bungie care, because if Bungie cared, they would get a staff of people who can look at these cases and you know, go based off reports, and people could get banned quicker, hopefully, and people who wrongfully got banned can get unbanned and continue playing the game that they love. So that's my closing.
Absolutely, I would agree too. I think that like if Bungie was sitting there watching people and allocating a lot more funds to people watching, we would have a better state of the game. So thank you so much for sharing that, Jolly. I really do appreciate it, bro. And also all the shout outs to everybody who actually were banned. You guys do not deserve it, especially for connection errors. That is the point of the conversation today. Mass restrictions due to connection after a major weather event is diabolical. Shout out to Hugh for that comment. Closing thoughts and statements, and please go ahead and plug yourself. Well, make sure you guys know that she is an editor for hire, but you cannot take her away from me. You cannot take her away from me, okay? But go ahead, Wub. What you go ahead, give us to us.
Firstly, you can't take me away, but if you want something edited, I'll do it. Haiku is my number one, but I will cut down some things if people want it. Yeah, wubbletroubl on everything, Twitch and YouTube. I upload YouTube videos sporadically. Sometimes you'll get one once a week. Sometimes you'll be still for months.
Relate.
Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Wub. Yeah.
Oh god, it's such a range of fucking nonsense as well. Like sometimes it'll be VR stuff of me just being weird, and then I'll edit the scene with Dredge and Bale with Duel of the Fates.
Okay.
Trust me, her edits are actually pretty wild and everything. Thank you for joining us, Wub. Make sure you don't leave. I want to talk to you after the stream and everything. Really appreciate that and everything. Thank you, Terry, bro. I appreciate you for joining. I really do, bro. Thank you, bro. And by the way, before you go, let's get you on a panel 1 week 2. We'll do a subject and everything. DM me, okay? And last but not least, bro, Beast. Let me go ahead and get you, brother, your closing thoughts and how you feel. And you know, if you want to plug yourself as well, you are more than welcome to, bro. But any closing thoughts before we end the show?
Yes. Just to let you guys know, if you are cheating, I will hunt you down. I love beating cheaters in comp. I love beating cheaters in 6v6. It's one of my favorite things to do. Just because you're cheating, that doesn't mean that you're better than me. So, if you want to keep cheating, keep cheating. I do have my ways to beat you in your cheats because you're not that good. But I do have a video dropping at 1 a.m. tomorrow about the best submachine gun in the game right now. So if you guys are interested, go ahead and check me out. But like I said, if you guys want to keep cheating, go ahead. I will out-snipe you every time.
Give me flashbacks to old Ravik and Battlefield 4, the killing cheaters videos. Those were always the best.
I love killing cheaters.
I love it.
It's actually one of my favorite things.
Yeah, I love the video that went viral for Battlefield when they found out a guy was cheating. They kept reviving and killing him over and over again.
Oh, that was so great.
Chef kiss, bro. I love that. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining Sunday's what is it? It's February 1st's episode. We've had 1 month of debate Destiny. Last Thursday we ended up canceling it in honor of Uncle Jolly for going through what he was going through, and so we were going to be back on schedule for the rest of the year. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to everybody that's on this panel and everything. Their names should be in the title, and if not, we will be here every Thursday and Sunday. Whoever wants to join, you're welcome to. Bring your thoughts. I love every episode that goes on. Thank you for all the people that were actually giving all of the gifts and everything. You guys are fucking goated. Thank you guys for joining on the panel and everything. I don't have a talking subject unless Jolly, are you good for next Thursday? We can do the elitist. We can do the elitist episode.
Yeah, I'll be here. I mean, I ain't got nothing else going on now, so.
So next Thursday, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, because that's when I'm off of work. Unfortunately, that's my time right there. We're doing an episode of the elitist. With Jolly and Scorpion. I'm sure you're going to still be there, bro. I don't know. I know it's super late for you during that time and everything.
You guys, here and there.
Here and there. You guys are freaking awesome. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe for everybody that's on YouTube. I will see y'all guys.
And if I may, just before cutting off, if I may suggest for this next Sunday an idea, what Destiny DLC would you make?
Oh, I love this already. I love this one.
That's okay. We just locked it in. Next Sunday, will be talking about what DLC you guys will bring to Destiny. I am so excited.
We're definitely no crossovers.
It's going down. It's going down.
I'm writing a script. We're all playing parts.
Can we get like judges? Can we get like judges so like we can like judge?
We'll figure it out.
I'll give it a 3 out of 10.
Let's do that. We'll probably do polls. And Tyranny of Heaven already said a DLC is fail-safe dating sim.
Fail-safe dating sim.
I'm down, bro. Angry fail-safe or happy fail-safe? I'm down.
We'll get all the weird people coming out of the. We'll get the weird people coming out of the word. What about Savathic?
Weird. I can already see this is going to be a toxic game. I like it. I love it. Thank you guys.